This map is difficult, sometimes downright unfair, and at times incredibly punishing. And in my opinion, the second worst map I've ever played. You saw the thumbnail. I'm talking about the Bloody Moors. There's so many things I want to say about this map. Some of them good, and plenty more bad. So, let's talk about the good things first. First of all, the theme of the map. I really like the theme, and I really like the places you go to. It all feels very distinct yet connected to each other, which I find pretty cool. Also, the tanks are werewolves, but I kind of just like calling them furries. Oh, and also, there's custom themes in this map, which is definitely a first for me. The witch has a different theme. And the tank also has a different theme. Also, I've heard that the reskin versions of the tank is actually a reference to the 1981 horror comedy movie An American Werewolf in London. Apparently, the beginning of the movie takes place in the UK, Moors. So, hey, that's pretty sick. I want to do a recap of the entire campaign, chapter by chapter, so you can get a grasp of the location and understand my later complaints, which I will be making a lot, trust me. We start off from an airplane crash that we somehow survived in. You make your way through the field, killing zombies with either pistols or melee weapons. As you make your way, you find this unlucky guy with a Mac 10. Also, it's worth noting out that this chapter actually copies Dead Center, and that it doesn't give you a primary weapon until you get to a certain place. Hell, even the weapon is the same. Anyways, on your way to the cottage, there's this weird shack with a charger strung up. I don't know what's up with that. After going through all of that, we find the cottage. On the right, there's a sign that reads, Survivors, safe house uphill, other side of barricade. We make our way into the cottage and yeah, something happened here. I really like the cottage though. There's definitely a small story here. In one of the rooms, you can see a TV playing, and on the table, a game of cards. The chairs on top of the table make it seem like either they were in a hurry or just didn't want to clean up. Oh, and there's also an Uzi on the table in front of the bodies. Making your way to the second floor, there's this door that closes on you, and from what I've heard, there's a woman behind it. You can't hear the audio though, because my recording software for some reason doesn't record the audio, so sorry for that. But after a while, you get a prompt to force open this door. Forcing the door open and going inside reveals. You have to be really careful here, as not only is there a tank, there's also a horde that spawns. So I advise you throw a boomerbile or a molotov behind you before you open the door. Not only that, but the place itself is incredibly small. One of you or all four of you will get seriously harmed. But you should still have your medkits by this point, so I think you'll be fine. I somehow managed to kill the tank and still have green health for all of us, so hey, if I can do it, you can do it. After you successfully kill the tank, you can go inside his room. There's actually movie posters in this room. Some of them I recognize. There's Dead Snow, 28 Days Later, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and Zombie. If there's one thing I want to give this map, it's props for their detail. Seriously. I love seeing maps with small details like this. It makes me really geeky. Making your way out the window and down in what seems to be the garden, there's a back door you can take, and to the left, the safe room. For a first chapter, this is really good. It's really solid in my opinion. There are things I will complain on though, but that's for later. But for now, I really like the theme, I really like the detail, and I really like the environmental storytelling. Really good. Now, Chapter 2. The first half takes place near a river, which I don't really mind. I like new things. Be careful though, as you are really slow in the water, and either the infected took steroids or really like doing leg day, because they don't give a single crap about the water. Like, seriously. Like, look at this clip. Not much I can comment on though, other than the fact that there's an M16 on this boat, and this switch in the water. Now, normally I'd complain about it, but this switch always spawns in the same place from what I can gather. Anyway, if you don't want to encounter this switch, just go here. Making our way through, there's an APC we have to start. Before you start though, I highly recommend you taking a shotgun or a melee weapon, because this gauntlet will seriously test you. Starting the APC, it crashes through the wall, letting you get inside. Making your way inside of the torn safe house, you get a prompt to disable the music. Disabling the music reduces the horde. You find an elevator and use it to make your way to the safe room. For chapter 2, again, really solid, the gauntlet event being really challenging if you're not prepared for it. If I had either a melee weapon or a boomer bile, I think this wouldn't have been that bad. This gets a 7 out of 10 from me. I like the first chapter more, but I can't deny this is pretty solid. Moving on to... This is where the map will seriously test you, where it genuinely becomes an endurance test. This chapter alone took me 27 minutes to complete. Not only that, I had to switch difficulties to be able to beat it. I'm sure I could beat it fair and square, but I just couldn't be asked. You'll know why soon. The map starts off where we left off. Leaving the safe house, we make our way to the streets. Not sure why I'm here though, I don't belong here. Following the road, a tank spawns in. Shouldn't be that bad though, only one and it took him down easy peasy and... Are you actually serious? Yep folks, this map spawns 2 tanks in less than 2 minutes. Remember, the first tank, if it didn't harm you, it would have 100% shredded some of your ammo. This is where I complain about. No more just being positive. I'll just say what I like and dislike about the map. Anyways, we kill the second tank and man, did they bleed us dry. Remember what I said about ammo? Yeah, look at the ammo counter. I had to kill Karin here just so I could get her back to 50 health, because we literally had nothing. Me saying he sucked me dry is not only wrong, but incredibly downplaying the situation. It was as if I won the lottery and got a wife that only wanted me for my money, sucking my bank account out of every single cent. We move on to see this phone booth. Someone is calling us. Too bad you can't hear it though, because the audio wasn't recording. Anyways, it's probably a prank caller. We make our way. And oh shit, hold on, there seems to be a horde, and oh god, there's a charger. And he's beating the shit out of Lime. More zombies flock to us, imitating my drunk father when he gets home after gambling. But there's not just one, so it's even worse. They downed me, and look at that, all 4 of us are on red health. We make our way inside the graveyard. Foreshadowing. We go to the right to pick up this key and this jerry can. Okay, this is not needed. I just pick up jerry cans when I'm really angry. We go inside this building and... I don't need to say anything. Don't worry though, they're the walking ones, so just don't bother them. Getting out of the building, I limp towards the objective. Okay, look at our health. If someone sneezes at my direction, I will crumble into a pile of bones. I say that, and Lime gets her shit kicked in. And mine too. Making our way to this ladder and going down, we trigger a Death Stranding quest. Throwing my boomer bile and my jerry can, I lit them on fire to hopefully buy us time. We make it to the barns and pick up the dog food. A spitter spits on me, and then I die. All hell breaks loose. Lime dies with me. A smoker tries to get one of my teammates. An infected Minecraft YouTuber swarms the place, mistaking us for miners when we are fully grown adults. They beat the shit out of Karin, only leaving Yukon to survive. But unfortunately for us, the Minecraft YouTuber sniffed us out. Okay, this is where I talk about the balancing. I had a suspicion this map wasn't made for advanced nor expert. And let me make this clear, I've been playing on Realism Advanced the entire time, and I didn't mind if it was difficult. Hell, I put it on Advanced for that reason alone. But so far, I never got the impression that this map was difficult, just downright unfair. So I turned it down to normal. As I've said before, I could probably beat this map on Realism Advanced, but I just couldn't be asked. I've been trying to do this chapter on Realism Advanced 3 times already, and I failed in each attempt. Call it a skill issue if you want, but I'm fairly certain the map is just downright unfair. So to prove me right, I changed it to normal and tried beating the campaign that way, and wouldn't you know it, it was a walk in the park. Absolutely zero problems. This is what I don't like about the map. This is the biggest issue for me. Why on earth should I have to change difficulties to beat a map? Let me play on Advanced. I like Realism Advanced. I have played plenty of other campaigns on this difficulty. Was it difficult? Absolutely. But I almost never felt like it was unfair. This map really likes spawning in hordes and special infected. I kid you not. These special infected spawn rates are either doubled or tripled. There has been so many instances where I encounter 2 of the same infected in less than 2 minutes, or at the same time, or even a crap ton of special infected at once. I really like this map. I really like the ideas it has, and I really like the team, and I really like the details. But it fails at making the difficulty feel fair for me. You're probably thinking to yourself, well, why don't you just switch difficulties? I don't like playing on normal. I like playing on advanced. I believe maps should let you play on those difficulties, while also not making it feel ridiculously unfair. Back to the chapter. We get the dog food and give it to Trevor. Would you look at that? This for me proves that this map wasn't made for advanced nor expert. There is 3 tanks in total that spawn on this chapter. Why? And because this is on normal, this isn't even challenging. We go to the place he spawned in, going inside this house, going through a broken window. We go upstairs, go into one of the bedrooms, and jump out the window. We go down into the forest and following the flares left behind by previous survivors, and find the safe room. This chapter is unfair. 3 out of 10. So, you thought chapter 3 was bad? Oh, it gets even worse from here, because this isn't even the first time I played this chapter. We start off inside this building, which seems to be a bar. Moving forward, a horde spawns. We stand in this corner, taking care of them, only for a boomer to spawn, and vomit on my teammates, causing another horde to spawn. First of all, why the hell is there a horde spawning? I'm not talking about the boomer, that makes sense. I'm talking about the first horde. Why did they just come out? Were they drunk alcoholics who thought we took all of the alcohol? Seriously, this chapter is already concerning. We head downstairs, we find this hole in the wall. Using the explosive rounds the map gave us, we go inside, probably warning us that this place will be dangerous. Another hole in the wall. Seriously, what place did we end up in? After going inside yet another hole in the wall, we find ourselves in a tunnel. Well, tunnels. I go to the right where it's dark because I was expecting to find some cool secrets, but instead, another horde spawns. Trying to find the right way, and goddamn spirit jump scares us. This actually spooked me while I played it, and yet another horde spawns. Okay, I think you can tell what I'm going to talk shit about now. Why is there another goddamn horde? Seriously, what we do? How do they even know we're here? Is it the gunshots ringing throughout the tunnels? If so, that's pretty reasonable actually. But I'm giving this map way too much credit, so I don't believe it even has a reason. We find the right way and exit the tunnels. Following the orange light, we found an arrow pointing us to yet another tunnel. Going inside and turning left, there's a damn witch! I try going back and going straight this time to find another path, but it just leads me back to here. Following the orange path yet again and going inside the tunnels, we kill a jockey, then a hunter, then a okay, what the hell? They spawn in literally less than 20 seconds back to back to back. Going to the left again, it seems as if the witch has left from our path. And a charger okay, I'm just gonna ignore that. And a boomer too? In less than 2 minutes, all 5 spawn? How do you explain this? Okay, comment section. Please, enlighten me. Is this normal? Is this the normal spawn rate for special infected and the normal campaigns? Because I swear, there is so many, and this, look, I got them smoker too. That's 6. That's 6. Editor, go back and count. Somehow, we're still fine. We continue to this ruins and okay, a hunter. Okay, I'm just gonna put in a counter. We continue to this cave, then part of the cave, and a charger spawns, imitating my father yet again. And a horde spawns while we are out in the open. I try going into this narrow cave so it's easier to deal with them. Going deeper, it turns out it's a dead end. We go out again, and I was slightly confused on how we were supposed to progress. A spitter spawns, then a boomer, then a wait, no fucking wait. There's no way. Jarvis, replay the clip. That is the first time I've ever seen that. Anyways, a horde spawns again. Also, you're apparently supposed to progress this way. Okay, maybe not from here because of how dark it is, but yes, this way. Going out of the tunnel, we find this weird structure. Going on top of it, another horde spawns. I would like to say that the biggest enemy in this campaign is not the special infected. It's the hordes. Taking a melee weapon or a magnum for this chapter is not a recommendation. It's a requirement. Try to use your primary weapon as less as you can, because this chapter will bleed you dry. We find a medkit. I used it and tried to continue, but another horde spawns. We took care of them and make our way to this giant gaping hole, reminding me of your mother. A charger spawns with a smoker. One of my teammates threw boomer bile, probably because there was another horde. I still have my explosive ammo, so I used some of them to dispatch the infected. Going inside the gaping hole, if you're unlucky, a tank could spawn here. I didn't mention this, but at the start of this chapter, at this place specifically, a tank could spawn. It happened today, when I replayed it to write this part of the script, so yeah, I'm comfortable in saying that this map is really RNG based, which I really hate, because if you're an unlucky bastard, then you get screwed over. Most of the times, not because of your fault. Going to another cave then part, a spitter spawns in, then a charger, and then a horde. Trying to continue, I get pulled by a smoker, but he's quickly taken care of. Transitioning through the tunnel, it doesn't even take 30 seconds for another horde to spawn. What the hell? We find a checkpoint. I'm guessing the previous survivors were trying to navigate this entire place. Thankfully, they left behind some ammo, medkits, and weapons. What nice people. I quickly healed everyone because of how low we were and took the SG-500. I know the AK is stronger, but I got it due to its fire rate and the ability to zoom. Because this map will spawn in 2 tanks. I know this because I played this map before. Yet another horde spawned, and as I was trying to take care of this charger, took care of them, and went down. And got vomited on anyways. If you can't tell, I was somewhat annoyed by this point in the recording session. I healed myself and trudged on, only to be greeted by the tank music. I can't see the tank, but my bots can, so I used their gunfire to find out where he is. Eventually, they threw a Molotov at him, making it easier to see him. And then there's the second one. If you're playing this on Expert, then my condolences. If you're playing this on Realism Expert, then even more of my condolences and respect. Because the fact that you had even enough patience and skill to get all the way to here is impressive. We killed one, time to take care of the other. It's done, and we can finally go on. We find a dead end and a prompt giving you orders to shoot the gas cans. You attract the horde, but by this point, this is just a normal occurrence, so you should be able to take care of them. The fire clears and we can finally leave. I feel so relieved seeing the morning sky. Making through this yard, we find a safe house and go inside. What do I not like about this chapter? Everything. I do not like anything about this chapter. It's so horrible. Well, what makes it so bad? To find out, let's list off everything that stood out to me. First of all, the increasing amounts of hordes. Why is there so many hordes swarming us? Seriously, it makes no sense at all. Second, why are there 2 tanks? Why isn't there only one? I'm complaining about this because of the horde. I wouldn't be so bothered if it was a tank and a horde. That would have been fine, somewhat. But it was 2 tanks and a horde, so yeah, absolutely I'm complaining. What's up with that? Third, why are there so many goddamn special infected? I saw 2 boomers spawn at the same time with my own eyes. That never happens in any of the other custom campaigns I've played. Remember when I said that I'm pretty sure this map wasn't made for advanced or higher? If that doesn't make you agree with me, then this next chapter will. I do not know how this map does it, but it gets worse the longer you play. It's genuinely impressive to me. Also, sorry for the survivor model changes, my game crashed at chapter 4 and I didn't want to continue recording. So, this footage was taken recently, while the footage you already saw was taken in February 9th. We start off at the safe house we left off. Going outside the house through the basement to the left you should find an axe. Take this axe. Or literally take any melee weapon for the bullshit that's about to happen. Moving along, it turns out we're actually near a beach. Then listen, as much as I talk shit about this map, look at this. It's beautiful. When it comes down to looks, this map has it alright. We find a torn down wall and make our way inside. I'm pretty sure someone calls out to us by this point, but I forgot. Oh yeah, look, some guy named Arthur. He tells us to go get his supplies and go to the gate. Now, I beg of you, take a shotgun and a melee weapon. This is not a recommendation, it's a requirement. I hope you have boomer biles and pipe bombs with you, because this map will throw you the most random bullshit go it has. I deploy this explosive ammo and get prepared. Already having prior experience, I chuck away a boomer bile to lure them away. A spitter responds, and what the hell, dude? My goddamn teammates accidentally set us on fire and already we're off to a horrible start. It's actually horribly comedic that our biggest threat right now is ourselves and not the infected. I chuck a pipe bomb to lure them away again and get Mandu up. My teammates heal and we go. The tank spawns, and yes, there's a tank that spawns here. I wish I was joking, dude. I chuck away another pipe bomb and get prepared to fight him. The entire time this fight is going on, in my head I'm thinking, what the actual hell is the map creator thinking? We take him down and attempt to move forward again. We're finally able to make progress and get inside the building where the supplies are. We get it and attempt to leave, cutting down through hordes of infected. This is why I told you to get a damn melee weapon. A smoker tries to get me, but I'm pretty sure I accidentally cut its tongue. A boomer spawns and blinds all of us. I think you can tell by now I was not very happy. Blind or not, I am still able to see the light that's just within my grasp. The map creator was generous enough to give us 4 medkits by this point. Healing up, we get through and climb this ladder. I grab the boomer ball and throw it to hopefully give my teammates time to catch up. They're incredibly fucking stupid though, so they didn't. So I had to warp them. I give the supplies and ran. Only for my dumbass to realize I needed to take the key he gives to us. So I take the key, book it, only to hear the tank music playing. I thought to myself, oh, this is fine, I'll just bait the tank around the corner and a fucking second tank spawns. Please, dude, I cannot make any of this up. I do not know how, but I don't know how, but I was able to weave between the two and get my ass to the boat. And finally, it's over. So, where did this map go wrong? Fucking chapter 3. Come on, dude. Do I have to make this obvious? It's insane how unfair this map is. It started with the 2 tanks. When I look back on it, I get what they were trying to go for. I mean, it's obvious. You get your tier 2 weapons, go outside to tank spawn, and you have to resort back to tier 1 weapons. But how it's executed is... it's fucking horrible. Do I have to tell you this? On normal, it wouldn't be that much of a problem. But that is a problem. This map is obviously made only for normal mode in mind. Only for normal mode. Now, if you play on normal mode, this is fine. Average custom map, I guess. On normal, this map is definitely an 8 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10. It is really good, and I cannot deny that. But on advanced or realism advanced, I can't say I agree with this score. It's nowhere close to an 8 or a 9, more like 2, 3 out of 10. Yes, it's that low. This is what frustrates me so much about the map, because it's so good. I want to like it. I want to like it. This is not even in the script. I'm just going off script right here. I'm just ranting. This map is so good. This map is genuinely so good, but its balancing is horrible. Again, this is my opinion. If you like this campaign, then that's cool. If you can play this campaign on Realism Expert, then that's pretty cool too. That's fucking sick. That's awesome. But I'm not that good. Okay, I'm just a casual who likes a bit of a challenge, not an endurance test. This is not 24 hours of Le Mans. I make this video literally only because of this one tweet that I made that I thought to be funny, and because in general I thought making this entire video would be really fun. If you made it this far, thank you. Feel free to tell me what I could improve on editing wise and gameplay wise. It'd be greatly appreciated. I hope you had a good day or night, and see you next time.